Hello, everybody. Smoking Joe. Waiting on a few people to come on. Where we at over here, Jesse?
You gotta wait a second.
Thanks, everybody, for joining. Just give me a few minutes. This is a very important announcement, especially if you are involved at all in politics and especially in Cape Coral. This is an announcement that needs to go out immediately. And so we got a few people coming, joining us. Uh, Working off three screens, folks. I'm trying to make sure this is going on YouTube. And if you're joining us on Facebook, on Twitter, whatever, please, your comments are welcome. I might not be able to get to them, but I will try to, as my best, answer any questions you may have. This is concerning an upcoming meeting this Wednesday, and it's going to be at the Cape Coral City Council. Now, what they're going to do is they're going to appoint somebody to fill the council seat, vacant council seat, and elect four. Now, I already know who they plan on putting in there. And there's a lot of violations of sunshine laws. If you ask me, if we can get down to it, I've got a lot of records requests that they're trying to charge me an arm and a leg for, but I'm going to get those records requests, I can promise you. Now, the real important thing, I want to tell you what they're trying to slip in this. A person who served on the CRA board of the city commission or whatever council states, we were not compensated as per Florida redevelopment rules. We were unseated by this council for no reason, with no warning or explanation. Who now what to be compensated? Excuse me. Who now wants to be compensated? I think this needs to be explained to those who served, as well as the public. Who will be paying for this increase in their salary? It's going to be you, the taxpayer, so you know. The remuneration, a stipend, is allowable under the city's charter, while compensation, salary, would have to go to the voters to be approved. The council voted to dissolve the Community Redevelopment Agency Board, along with most all other boards that oversee, the volunteers that oversee what the city council does. This happened in November with council members Tom Hayden, Jessica Cousin, and Robert Welch dissenting. So those council members voted no to this, okay? 3 resolutions were placed on Wednesday's consent agenda. One proposed to modify the CRA bylaws to convert the uncompensated governing positions into positions compensating with stipends, allowing council to determine the amount of these stipends, and those set stipends amount are at $5,000 per month for the mayor and $3,333 per month for each seated city council member. Now, they're also going to take this retroactive to October 1st, the start of the city's new budget. That means Happy New Year to Mayor Gunther with a $20,000 bonus check. This was adopted 11/15/23. An ordinance amending Chapter 27, Community Redevelopment, Section 27-1, Community Redevelopment Agency of the City of Cape Coral, Florida Code of Ordinance to dissolve the appointed Board of Commissioners of the City of Cape Coral Community Redevelopment Agency and provide the mayor and city council members to act as the Board of Commissioners of the City of Cape Coral Community Redevelopment Agency, providing for severability and an effective date. Now, they're going to push this in on Wednesday. Now, what's going to happen here is they're doubling their salary. This is basically a way they can double their salary. It's unethical, and I can tell you, I have enough people that has talked to me. The person that is spearheading this is none other than John Gunther. John Gunther is doing this. All those members that had opposed it, they're not going to go against it now because they see the dollar amount. It doubles their salary. Hayden was strongly against it, but I'll promise you that he's going to vote for it. And it's just absolutely a travesty of justice. You're going to pay for this amount. Now, what does this stipend what are they going to use this stipend for? Well, one person, they need this for travel around the town in Cape Coral. Now, look, you mean to tell me that the mayor, on top of his salary, needs to get an additional $5,000 a month for fuel? I think that the people of Cape Coral ought to be up in arms, and I am recommending that everyone show up to the Cape Coral City Council meeting that is going to be this Wednesday at 4:30. Now, I put a live out yesterday, and I said 3:30. That was my mistake. The meeting is going to be at 4:30. Now, I'm going to tell you that they are wanting to put in, as far as the city council to place that seat, they're going to want to try to put in Jennifer Nelson. Now, Jennifer Nelson is a social liberal Democrat who changed her party so she could be part of the machine. She supported Andrew Gillum. I've got pictures of her with Nikki Hayden. With Nikki Freed, Heather Fitzenhagen. This person is not a conservative. And if anybody on that board can claim to be a conservative with doubling their salary without the taxpayers having a say in this was all pre-planned. Getting rid of all the financial oversight boards, all of this. They had to get rid of all of these volunteer boards. Now let's remember, none of those volunteers, they were community volunteers. They didn't get no stipend, they didn't get pay, they didn't get nothing for what they done. But now all of a sudden, because they want to get rid of all of them, they want to get paid. That's all this is about, is greed. Now with a $2 million budget, you got to look at this mayor has never been a good mayor. He has promoted LGBTQ. Here's another. Let me just put it this way: they blamed it on the ousted Hernandez, city manager. He was the one that put up this for the Pride Parade and all stuff. That's a crock. He has not got that power. That has to be voted on by each board member and the mayor for that to be approved. And who pays for that gay pride parade? The people of Cape Coral. Now, if they want to have their parade and they pay for it themselves, that's on them. Why should we, the taxpayers, pay for something that the majority of us don't believe in? And on another note, I have never backed a person for city council in Cape Coral. I want that to be known right now. Nobody. I've been accused of being friends with this one or that one. I'm friendly to everybody. I'm bold, but I'm honest. And the truth of this matter is this is all about greed. It had nothing to do with any of this deal with this former city manager. That had nothing to do with this. This is a corrupt, fractured system. Now, that being said, there's not a veteran on that board. Cape Coral is the Purple Heart City. Now, I want you to think about that. There's nobody representing the veterans on that board. Not one of them's ever served for our country, other than they're being public puppets, and this is uncalled for. I'm going to ask everybody to share this video with as many people as you can, especially residents in Cape Coral. I know that I'm going to upset a lot of campaign managers. I don't care. I'm going to upset a lot of people. The truth is, I don't get paid to do what I do. I'm doing this because I'm trying to keep them from robbing the citizens, and they're doing it anyway. And you can't turn a blind eye to this and say, oh, it's just government. If you don't come out and support, then you don't care. You don't care how much they raise your taxes. And once they start raising the taxes to pay for all this, this goes to your homeowners, business owners. And once that happens, who else do you think it affects? It affects you people that buy products in that area. This is totally unheard of. I've never seen it happen before, but I am going to try to see if I have contacted an attorney about filing an ethics complaint this morning. I will be there Wednesday, and I will encourage everyone to show up and force. We need numbers to show this council that we're tired of them doing us the way they're doing. I am supporting the one candidate who is not connected to the machine, cabal, whoever you want to call it, Terry Miller's group, none of those guys. He is not beholden to no vendors. He has no special interest groups he's beholden to. He is only beholden to the veterans, and that is disabled field grade Army officer Robert Bob Sutton. You need to come out and support. Even if you don't speak, I'll speak. And if you support what I say, make sure you let the council know. Folks, you need to be looking into this. I've got a lot more. There's got to be a lot of violations of sunshine rules going on with this. I know that this was said. I have it from a very good source that the mayor said if someone like certain whistleblowers who blew the whistle on Patty Cummins got their hands on this, they'd be held to pay. They should be held to pay. We need to stand up in force and reject this. You don't have a say. The way they've worked it around by getting rid of all these boards, and all of a sudden, well, we need this board. We need the CRA, but we can't let free community volunteers who never got a dime for doing their job. They done it out of the pure concern for their citizens. And we had some people that we could believe in that was watching our backs. You don't have that with a fractured. There's nobody on that board conservative. Not one of them. If any of them on there is a conservative, they're a liar. We need people doing the right thing. They all run as conservatives because that's what the cabal wants. That's how Terry Miller controls the system here, there, and all over Lee County. This is something that really and truly, folks, I grew up right by the yacht club. Went to Cape Coral High School. We ain't had a good system there in a long time, but I'll trust you. Trust me, this is the very worst council we've ever had in Cape Coral, and someone needs to stand up. I will stand up. I am pleading with the public to look into what I'm telling you. It's not a lie, and this has been good. This has been pre-planned. This was staged, and John Gunter was the stagee. Please, folks, don't believe me. You can look it up, look for yourself, and you cannot let the wilted rose of Texas, who stood up for sexuality to be remained in school books for the children. She wasn't opposed to that. She promoted the Pride Parade. She promoted those things. None of these things, especially doubling the members' salaries and the mayor's, is nothing. There's nothing at all that says conservative. Folks, I appreciate you taking the time to listen. This is very important. Remember, that's this Wednesday at 4:30 at Cape Coral City Hall. Let's pack the place. Let's let them know that we outnumber them. We, the people, outnumber the establishment. But we don't want to speak up because we're afraid of retaliation tactics, and we know that happens. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of not one of them. The only person I'm afraid of is God. And I will stand here and fight as long as I got a breath in me to prevent this corruption that's going on in Southwest Florida, especially Lee County. And Cape Coral right now is showing you their true colors, and they're not even ashamed of it. Unless you do not have a care about Cape Coral community and Lee County, just walk away, move somewhere else, because they're going to destroy what I grew up as a child. They've already destroyed most of it, but they are going to destroy this. If they control the CRA, that means they are able to help with all the developers that are their friends and make sure that they keep redeveloping and they keep padding their pockets. I'm Smoking Joe. I'm telling you the truth. You need to check it out for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Get out there. Be at Cape Coral. If you are an American, if you're a veteran, you need to be at that city council meeting at 4:30 this Wednesday. If you are a conservative, you need to be at that meeting at Cape Coral City Hall at 4:30 this Wednesday. And I encourage you, do your own research. The only qualified candidate to be on that board, that vacant seat, is Mr. Robert Sutter. And he is more qualified. I went through his qualifications. He's more qualified to do the job than even the mayor, John Gunter. The man has served his country. He was fought in the Cold War, through Bosnia, Kosovo. He's been in many conflicts as a leader. Now, please, I'm not just doing this to promote a candidate for that seat. Yes, I'm going to do everything to prevent the Wilted Rose from Texas from getting that seat. But however, this money thing, this is unbelievable. You can't make this up. I've never even heard of this done. We are looking into what we can do. And if there's any way, and if our governor's got any backbone at all, who he endorse some of these people, he should be down here himself Wednesday and removing the entire board. That entire board is corrupt, and they're proving it by doubling their salaries. I'm Smoking Joe for Smoking Joe Nation YouTube. I love you, Florida. Join us on Cracker Culture Podcast. We'll see you soon. Love, peace, and gator grease.